Good evening, my beloved brothers and sisters all over the world, in the UK, in the US, from Nsirimu Amise. I want to say a profound good evening to you this hour. I am proclaiming from home in the village, from my throne, as Eze Amadioha and Eze elect of Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community. I bring to you the documentary continuation of our Eze elect experience. Pardon my voice. I will try as much as I can to see that I'm audible enough for you to hear me. I want to use this venue to thank every Nsirimu youth who assisted us in seeing that the New Year Festival was a success. I want to say thank you. So today I bring you the issue of the constitution of Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community. This is the constitution of Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community. Now I'm going to discuss with you the chapters relating to the Ezeship as concerned in the present. And then we will look into it officially and know what to do. Before I proceed, I would like to show you the names of the people that wrote this constitution. There are 10, and the 10th person here is the Maka, which is the Eze elect. This constitution was drafted during the Eze elect experience of during the Eze elect period of His Royal Majesty of the Blessed Memory, Eze Maka Moses Akaka. And can I get a torchlight, please? I want to mention to you the names involved, the names of the people that signed this constitution. And since this constitution was signed and implemented with the chieftaincy affairs, there have not been any other constitution established by Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community. And now, if in the charter or in the gazette they wrote Nsirimu, that does not mean that a new autonomous community is created. So instead of calling Nsirimu Amise, they stop at Nsirimu. Does not mean that it is the name of a new autonomous community. It remains Nsirimu Amise, of which platform I was presented as the Eze elect and was certified by the local government as an Eze elect before I was my file was sent to the chieftaincy affairs. Michael Irom was part of the people that signed this constitution. I will be Chief Ezeji Nwosuagwu signed for Umuako community. Mr. Charles signed for Umumba Autonomous Community. Neither F Secretary is I Ibeku. He signed here, and many others. I will make this available to you, the individual who is requesting for this. I cannot see the characters clearly. It is typed by with a typewriting machine, and it's not bold enough to accommodate my sight this evening. So I will plead for your patience while I make these soft copies available for you. But before I can make these soft copies available for you, I want to discuss the chapter 3 of this constitution, which details more about the kingship, the qualifications, and who is entitled to contest for the kingship. So in chapter 3, please permit me with delight to be able to show you what we are talking about. Pardon me, little poor facility system, the light is not enough to give us what we are looking for. Okay, thank you. Number 1 on the list as signatories to this constitution is Mr. Omenazu, neither F President, II Beku, neither F General Secretary, Ezeji Musa for Umuako Community, Mr. Charles Okandu for Umumba Community, Maazị Ụkọnụ Musu for Umuezu Community, Maazị Isaac Akwara for Umuaha Community, Mr. Boniface O. Ago for Umerim Community, Sadi O. Mwichi, KSM, Chairman, Constitutional Drafting Committee, Chief B.B. Ihemepala, Attorney Motu 1 of Nsirimo, and finally, Chief Moses I. Abaka Ako of Umuako is the elect of Nsirimo Amis Autonomous Community. Having said that, I want to draw your attention to chapter 3 of this constitution. And it says, chapter 3, which is number 6 in the row of the order of arrangement, which is titled the Institution of the Eze. The community shall have an Eze who will be traditional ruler of the community. The Eze shall not be hereditary, but shall rotate among the 5 communities that make up the Nsirimo community in their order of seniority. But where a community cannot produce a qualified candidate, it passes to the next community. Title of Eze. The Eze shall take the title of Imu of Nsirimo Autonomous Community. Qualifications for appointment as Eze. What qualifies you to be appointed as Eze? Not elected, appointed as Eze. Number 1, subject to this constitution, a person shall be qualified for selection, appointment, or installation as an Eze of the community if A. He is an indigene of the autonomous community, B. He is ordinarily resident within the autonomous community, not abroad, not in the US. C. He is not under 40 years old. That means anybody from 40 years and above is qualified to contest for this kingship. D. He has at least a minimum education qualification of standard 6 or first school living certificate. E. He is married and has a good home. F. He has a good moon standing in the community. G. He is certified physically and mentally fit by a qualified medical doctor from a government medical institution. H. He has shown proven evidence of patriotism and commitment to the development of the community. I. He has not been convicted by any court of law of any criminal offense involving fraud, and has not been sentenced to a term of imprisonment. J. He has a substantial means of livelihood. H. K. He is not at the time of selection a frontline politician or party man. Did you see where Kingsley Assange had fallen? That at this point he fell off. Because at the time that we begin this process, Kingsley Assange was still serving the political sector of Abia State under PDP, and as well as was the secretary of Umuahia South local government. At that point, he's not qualified. We proceed. Number 10 in the row, the Kingmakers. The Kingmakers are comprised of 22 members as follows. 20 members each representing a village in each of the 5 communities. 2 members representing the Nsiri Miami State Development Association Federated, NIDA-F, made up of the following: the General President, the General Secretary. The Kingmaker shall be ad hoc, and their job will end after the installation of the Eze-elect. Number 11, selection, appointment, and installation. Following the vacancy in the Eze stool by death, resignation or removal of the Eze, the Kingmaker shall compel a meeting and appoint a caretaker chairman from among themselves who will shoulder all administrative matters of the community pending identification, selection, and installation of an Eze. The vacancy of the stool shall be filled after the following period: I, 1 year in the case of the death of the incumbent Eze. II, 3 months in the case of resignation or removal of the Eze. C. The Kingmaker shall cause a notice or proclamation to be made to the community informing them of the vacancy in the stool, and at the same invite the next community to present their candidates for appointment as the Eze of the community. Such candidate or candidates must be qualified as stipulated in Section 9 of this Constitution. D. Any interested Kingmaker aspiring to the stool of the incumbent Eze shall resign by giving 3 months' notice from the date of proclamation. No aspirant to the stool shall come from the same community as the last incumbent Eze. Every aspirant shall forward a written application to the caretaker chairman, and the applicant shall contain the mandate of his community in a sealed envelope together with a curriculum vitae and a 1,000 naira note package. The Kingmaker shall select such candidates as, in their opinion, shall be acceptable to the community, having regard to the character, reputation, patriotism, and contribution to the community. For the purpose of their decision, 2/3 of the Kingmaker shall constitute an acceptable and final majority. The selected candidate shall be called to accept or reject his appointment before the Nsirimu community. Where he accepts, he stands as the selected Eze of the Nsirimu community. Appointment of Eze. A formal letter of appointment shall be given to the Eze-elect by the Kingmaker, signed by the members. Once the selected exercise is completed and someone is declared the Imo of Nsirimu, the exercise shall not be subject to any litigation by any person or group of persons. Installation of the Eze. there shall be constituted installation committee to organize the installation of the AC. Having said that, I would like you, as you have heard of this constitution as regard to the AC in question, looking at this constitution, we do not have a candidate in Chibezelu Kumusu, neither in any other candidate that might come in the future. After my presentation, this is the letter given to me, the certification by the local government that I had been presented as an Eze elect, and the chieftaincy was addressed as same in this letter. This letter is from the Abia State of Nigeria, Umuahia South local government headquarters, Apumulobaka, written to the Commissioner, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Umuahia, Abia State. Sir, presentation of an Eze elect of Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community, Umuahia South Local Government, High Prince, Dr. Amanze Chukwuemeka Charles, to the Mayor of Umuahia South Local Government, Attorney Ejikeme Obike Noche. The local government did not write Nsirimu Autonomous, they wrote Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community. So which gazette are you now talking about that the government stipulated it by themselves in this letter as Nsirimu Amise and not Nsirimu Autonomous Community? So if somebody is deceiving you that Nsirimu Autonomous Community has been created, that is to say that we have 4 autonomous communities in Nsirimu Amise. To my own personal knowledge, as of this evening, as of this moment of this proclamation, there is no gazette stating that our name has been amended to Nsirimu. It has been Nsirimu all this while, but documentarily it's Nsirimu Amise. On abbreviated pronunciation, we can say Nsirimu Autonomous Community. That does not mean it's a new autonomous community. Did you understand that? So, on that note, I would like to share documentary evidence towards my application, my nomination, and my acceptance by the people of Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community. Here is a letter from myself applying for this position. And it reads, the President General Nsirimu Amise Autonomous Community, through the active villages, Nnaji Village, Nsirimu Autonomous Community, through the chairman, Nnaji Village, Nsirimu Autonomous Community, sir, application for the position of an Eze. And I said, I am Dr. Charles Chukwuemeka Amanze, the son of Ulelu, the grandfather of Amanze, whose name we bear today as a clan. Having completed the process of consultation of all clan and kindred of our community, I do hereby officially apply for the position of Eze in Nsirimu Autonomous Community. Kindly please release the interest form for the completion of the further required process as culture and tradition of the constitutions we demand. Enclosed with this application is 1,000 naira as stated in the constitution. Thanks for your understanding and compliance. Best regard, High Prince Dr. Charles Chukwuemeka Amanze, Amadioha Imo. This letter was written on the 30th of May 2022 and was received by on the 3rd 6, 2022. All right, that's my application letter. Here is my nomination letter by Nsiri Maami Autonomous Community Council. This nomination letter was written on the 4th of March 2024. Nomination letter. These are part of the documents submitted to the chieftaincy and local government. And the names of the undersigned, as many as can be seen here. Then, I wrote again, this is my letter heading, personal letter heading. I wrote again, official notification for expression of interest as detailed by the Constitution. This letter from me is addressed to the President General Nsiri Maami Autonomous Community through the acting village head Naji Village Nsiri Autonomous Community through the chairman Naji Village Nsiri Autonomous Community. Sir, official notification for expression of interest as required by Constitution. And this letter was received the same date. Having said that, a recommendation letter from Umuamanze clan was written and served to Nsiri Maami for my recommendation for Eze-elect, which is written to the President General Nsiri Maami Autonomous Community through the acting village head Nnaji Village Nsiri Autonomous Community through the chairman Nnaji Village Nsiri Autonomous Community. Sir, recommendation letter of Eze-elect. This is what my clan wrote. And this letter was received on the 3rd, 6, 2022. Continuation. Umuamanze clan, which is my clan, presented their Eze-elect. This letter was written on the 30th of May 2022 by Umuamanze clan in Umunelu, whose Umunelu are the people to present Eze in this regime. And then this letter was written titled Presentation of Eze-elect. This is when I was presented before Vinamanze. It was officially addressed before I was presented. I was invited for presentation. It reads, we, the entire family members and kindred of Umuamanze clan, do hereby right to present our son, Dr. Charles Chukwuemeka Amanze, as aspirants of the Eze-elect of Nsiri Maami Autonomous Community. We, in line with the Constitution of Nsiri Maami Autonomous Community, do heretofore affirm the position of our son as the Eze-elect and recommend him through this letter to the entire Umunelu for further engagement. The people of Umuamanze clan will be glad that you do the required by presenting our son to Umunelu and the kingmakers of the Nsiri Maami Autonomous Community. Your kind and prompt response towards presenting our son will be much regarded as compliant to the written constitution of our community in Nsiri. Thank you and looking forward to the presentation. Best regard, yours faithfully, the clan head. On this note, by this letter, I was invited for presentation by the then PG, which is Vincent Amanze. When Waboso took over as PG, I made a follow-up letter of my continued interest in the stool of the Ezeship of Nsiri Maami Autonomous Community and served same to Waboso, attaching the previous applications and documents to the present and serve to Deaconess Ambrose Waboso. We met somewhere in a hotel in Port Harcourt where he invited me and I served him the letter attaching every required document affirming my position and interest in the process. It was surprising to note that the Constitution was not followed in the process. So I followed what the Constitution required and I was presented officially after being nominated. So my fellow youth, of which Constitution is Chibeze presented? It is a Constitution they signed at Barikuru. And by the virtue of the Constitution signed by our fathers, Chibeze does not stand the chance or the opportunity. Not now, not ever. Thank you, brothers and sisters, as we work closely to see that our land is perfectly restored in peace and profound unity. I urge every heart, good son and daughter of Nsirimu to look down into the problem of this community and contribute his quota towards a peaceful resolution and continued progress of this community. Thank you, brothers and sisters. I look forward for further questions and I will be here to bring you the update on the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your assistance. I sustain you in what you do. I sustain you in your business. I sustain you, and I wish you sustain me too. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you. I wish you well.